My name is Natalie Becker. I'm a Sapphire with Plexus. I've been around for over 8 years, and it really changed my health and a lot of other things. I'm not going to tell my story tonight, but maybe another time we'll listen to mine. And then Nicole Gall is my sister,
Hello. And
and she's the one that got me started on this crazy train. So
she told me that this was just snake oil and she wasn't going to do it. And look, here she is. Here she is.
over 8 years later. So um, we are going to be kind of guiding you through this tonight. One thing, and I know that when you first get started with something, it already feels like, oh man, I'm adding another thing to my already busy schedule.
Natalie, can
Yeah.
we, if you are somebody brand new on here, you're a new VIP, can you just like, if you can type it in the chat so we can,
Yeah.
yeah, we'd love to see who is all on tonight. If you're new.
And sometimes people have their name set on their computer as like iPhone, so we don't know if it's you or someone else, or there could be like 10 Amandas, So definitely tell us if you are new. Welcome. Welcome, Kaylee. Hi, Gina. Elizabeth. Okay, we've got a lot of new people on. Awesome. Um, so first and foremost, like I was saying, we know that when you get started, it can seem like a lot just because you're adding something new to your schedule anyways. And then, there's some information that you might want to learn about your products and getting started. Um, More than likely, if you got helped by someone that is in our organization, you're getting supported really well and you're probably getting the information that you need. But sometimes it's not bad to hear things more than once, especially when it's new. And secondly, we do have resources available to you that help make your journey even smoother and help you get the absolute most out of it. Because really, that's what we want for you. We don't want, we're not really interested in a hit and run type of situation where you purchase something and we never hear from you again. We want to help you and we want you to see some improvements in your health, whatever those may be. So we're here to help. We are here to support you. I am going to put this in the comments. I don't know if everybody knows how to see comments on Zoom, but this is a getting started guide. It's actually pinned to the top of the JITM VIP Wellness Corner page. It's not that long. It's maybe 5 or 6 pages, and it's not like top to bottom text. So it's just bullet points of things that you would want to know when you're getting started. There's even a direct link from the guide to your product guide. So it lists, like on the second or third page, it lists all the different most popular product combinations, and they are links to the guides and tells you how to take your products. What comes in your box is okay. There's nothing wrong with using what comes in your box, but we like to take a little different approach. And so we would prefer that you use the guides that kind of graduate you into the products, but you can do it however you want. I would advise you to check those out and look at those though. So look through that. It talks about how to take your products, what to expect. It talks about the Plexus Perks program, which we're going to just like briefly go over here at the beginning of our call, because that's something that you'll want to know about, because that's free product for you. And it's just doing nothing else other than being consistent with your own products. So you can earn free product just by being consistent with the products that you're already taking. And then it's also going to talk to you about the referral program if that is of interest to you. It's very generous, and we'll touch on that a little bit later, but we're going to mostly focus on things that you would want to know right now. So I'm going to let Nicole tell you about the products of the month for US and Canada, and we'll just start there.
Okay, so the product of the month for US is sleep. My favorite. I need to order another bottle because I ran out, and I can definitely tell the difference now that I've been taking it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss it so much. So sleep is our product of the month, US, and then Canada is Edge. And so if you put if you're in the US and you put sleep in your subscription, you'll automatically get 50 extra perk credits to use towards free product. So every single month you can do that. If you want, if you're if you want to try the, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind here. If you want to try the product of the month, you'll be able to earn extra perk credits. And like Natalie said, perk credits are something that you just automatically get for being consistent on your products that you're already taking. So I constantly am getting free product all the time. And it's so nice to have that, to be able to try new things. So you get a little extra when you try the product of the month, and it's sleep. And I would highly recommend it. And Natalie will share a little bit about sleep, just a tiny bit.
Yeah. And also just to add to what Nicole said, if you have enough Plexus perk credits already built up and you add that, if you redeem your Plexus perk credits and add that product to your subscription for this month and it runs, or for next month and it runs, you're going to get it for 50 less perk credits than you would normally use redeeming that product. So either way, you either get 50 more for adding it to your subscription as a paid item, or if you already have enough perks to cover it and you add it to your subscription using your perks and getting it for free, you get it for 50 perk credits less than you would normally use doing that. So sleep is a gummy. So I don't know how many of you take sleep gummies. Do any of our people on here have trouble, or did have trouble going to sleep at night and staying asleep? A lot of times for people, it's about not being able to rest your brain, right? You have so many
Actually,
things on.
I actually didn't have a problem with it, to tell you the truth. I just decided to try it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I sleep even. It feels like I sleep even better.
Yes, same here. I haven't had trouble sleeping since I started Plexus, but the sleep, I mean,
Izzy,
helps me feel more rested for sure.
Izzy struggles with insomnia.
Okay, so Izzy, I don't know which product you started with or who your person is. If that's something that you talk to them about, hopefully that's something that what you got addresses at some level. If you're starting with the triplex, triplex can help with sleep issues because a lot of sleep issues are derived from imbalances in the gut and also with your blood sugar imbalances and things like that. So that in and of itself may help. But if you want extra support when it comes to sleep and being able to sleep better, the sleep gummies would be excellent for you. Hi, Paula. We're happy you're here too. So our sleep gummies are not just melatonin, because a lot of times that's the number one question that I get asked. They also have lemon balm, which helps with sleep, and they also have ashwagandha. So things that will help you relax. So it also can help with your stress levels. It also has a little dose of fiber in it. And the specific type of fiber being used can actually help your not only digestive processes, but just help with your sleep patterns even more. So it's actually attacking the sleep problem from a lot of different angles. So that is why these are really effective. If you're curious, it's 5 milligrams of melatonin per gummy. If you really, really struggle with sleep, like in Izzy's case, you could try taking 2 and see how you do, but I would just start with 1, and go from there. Most people are fine with 1. So that's what I would do. Candace says that she loves the sleep, that her 18-year-old loves it, and her husband takes it occasionally. My little 4-year-old guy, he really struggles at bedtime a lot because he has FOMO and he feels like he's missing out. We give him a half of the sleep gummies because he's a little guy, at about 7 o'clock at night. And usually if we do that and we don't forget, about 8 o'clock, he starts to feel like kind of sleepy and it's a lot easier to corral him to bed. And he also tends to stay asleep better because he's one that will get up out of his bed and wander to our room. So it is a helpful product. Trying to get my little girls are so crazy about taking stuff like any kind of medicine, anything. So they're tough, but he is not like that. So I think it would really help them too. Edge, if we have any Canadians, do we even have any Canadians on this call? I'm not sure. If you're Canadian, shout it out. But Edge is the product of the season for Canada. And when we say product of the season, we mean that it's going to be the product for the next 3 months. So if you add it to your subscription or you redeem your Plexus perk credits for it, you'll get those 50 extra perk credits, or you will get it for 50 less perk credits if you're redeeming them. But if you are Canadian, Edge is the product of the season there. That's for sharper focus. That's for more energy, and it's only a 3-ingredient product. So it's very, very simple, but very, very effective for a lot of people. So if you really struggle during the day with your energy levels, Edge is a great product for you. Definitely take it with food. If I were to advise you to do one thing, take it with food. Don't take it on an empty stomach. And then I was going to talk just like really briefly about perks credits, because I think that's something that gets lost in translation with our new friends. And I think it's really important for you to know, because I get so much free product just for the products that I'm already purchasing for myself and my family. Who else loves the perks program? If you're like an avid, I just redeemed a ton of free product this last month. So something that you want to know about the perks program, if you haven't looked into it yet, is that it's a consistency-based program. If you started with a welcome pack, you already started with 250 Plexus perk credits right out the gate. That's the equivalent to about $25 in free product credit. You can't redeem them until you have enough to cover a product. So all the products have different Plexus perk credit amounts associated with them. But when you have enough built up, you can redeem those for free product to add to your subscription that you already have that's 100 PV or more. So if you are someone who likes to take extra ProBio 5, or you're someone who you wanted to try the active, but you're trying to stay strict within a budget and the triplex is all that fits for you, it wouldn't take you very long to accumulate enough credits to get a free bag of active, or maybe the sleep, or any other product, X Factor Plus. If you were looking to add something to enhance your regimen and really support you even further in certain areas of your health, but you want to keep the bill down for it, or you want to try before you actually buy, the perks program is a really good way for you to do that. So, in order to earn perks, you have to have a subscription of 100 PV or more process. And when I say process, I mean a subscription order that will process on its own, not a one-time manual order. That you don't earn perks credits for those, because then you could just willy-nilly order wherever. They want you to try to stay like as consistent as possible, because consistency and time matters. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. And in order to keep your perks in place, the perks that you've already earned, you have to have a subscription of 100 PV or more in place. If something happens, because we understand that life happens and we are not cold and callous and heartless, if something happens that was unforeseen, and that like you did not understand that that was going to be a problem for you, and you have to push your order out, or something happens like that, you get really, really, really sick, something crazy happens, we can help you to do that. But it's better to do that than to turn your subscription off, because your Plexus perk credits will get forfeited within 4 days. So just something to understand, because I think that gets lost in translation a lot. But we can always help you out and be flexible there. But you don't want to lose them. So in order to earn them, you have to have a subscription run. In order to keep them, you have to have a subscription for 100 PV in place, even if the date changes. And then to redeem them, you can go into your account and then go into my account, the little icon at the top. And there's a little category that says Plexus Perks. You'll go there, and then the rest is kind of self-explanatory. You click the button that says Redeem Perks. You go and you pick an item that you want to try, or you want more of, or you want your child or your husband or whoever to try. And then you redeem it. And then once you've redeemed it, it's going to add to your next subscription of 100 PV or more, and it will automatically ship with that for no extra charge. Okay. Okay, you're welcome, Paula. I'm glad that that is a good benefit for you. I hope everybody else is following along and understands it, but it is in that guide that I sent you. It tells you very specifically about it, and it even gives you links if you have more questions about how that works, but it's very cool. It works really well. Okay, step challenge, April 15th. We have a step challenge coming up. We are going to be doing this in a big group setting, in a private Facebook group. We would love for you to come and join us, and have any other friends that you want to come join us, do that as well. You have to be a product user to be in this particular step challenge. It's something that we do for our customers. There is a grand prize, a free pair of Brooks running shoes. It's like $100+ pair of running shoes. Very cool. What I can't remember if our winner that was she on here this time? Probably not. I think her name is Courtney. She was a winner. She still loves her products, and it does a really great job staying consistent. But she was our last step challenge winner, and that was back in I think September. But you get a free pair of Brooks running shoes. And then if you have people get started with Plexus in April, like any friends, any accountability partners, and they join our step challenge with you, they'd have to join in this first part of April or get started in this first part of April. For every person that you have join us for the step challenge, you're going to get put into a $100 cash drawing for that challenge too. So you have multiple things you can win, and we do some other smaller fun prizes during that challenge too. So if you want to get in on our step challenge, we want you to do that. We're going to really focus on getting in movement and steps. We're going to be focusing on water, on taking our supplements daily, and also there's a little bit of a nutrition factor there too, but it's mostly the first three things that I was talking about. So I hope that you join us. The last one was really, really fun, and you can get a fun prize out of it. Okay, I'm going to let Nicole talk to you a little bit about consistency and introduce our speaker that we have that's going to be
I
talking.
was just going to actually tell you guys, I was not very consistent when I first started. And I think that I'm just going to let you listen to Michelle, because Michelle is going to talk. Michelle is Michelle HYNEK. Raise your hand wherever you're at. Why can't I see you? There you are. She's going to come and share a little bit of her story. And she has a perfect example of why it's super important to be consistent on these products, because you just got to hear her story. I'm going to let her take it away, because I think that you'll be able to understand what we mean. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hello. My name's Michelle HYNEK Thomas. If you ask me how long I've been with Plexus, that's a little bit of a perplexing answer. So I'll just say almost 4 years, but that's really not the truth, because the truth is I started Plexus in 2017, probably a few years after that as well. I don't know, a few months, dabbled in it. Anyway, this is leading to consistency, as you can see. So I go by my newest date, which is 2020, July of 2020. So I originally started, I think in 2017. I'm not 100% sure. Because I wanted to lose weight, I think was my main reason. And really I only had one thing in mind, and I just didn't really know a lot about gut health at the time, probably because of lack of getting involved or finding like-minded people. But I took the products and I had good results with them. But I made the excuse that a lot of people make, that I didn't have enough money to pay for the products. And my husband didn't want me paying for the products. And so I just turned my subscription off and I didn't use the products. I used what I had and then I ran out and I didn't really think much of it. And then I continued to follow along with the person who got me started. And then I finally just reached my wit's end, where I felt miserable in July of 2020. I had put on weight, or maybe not lost all the weight, from my last baby, who now is 12. So that kind of gives you a timeline of I was still dealing with issues. I had chronic heartburn like almost daily. I was never a consistent person when it came to going to the bathroom, but I just thought that was kind of normal. I had started to notice I was getting plantar fasciitis really bad. My feet hurt really bad, which I thought was probably just because I needed to lose weight. And I was a shift worker, so I was switching between days and nights, so I wasn't always sleeping the best. Also in that time was COVID. We were all kind of locked down. There wasn't a lot to do, and I just kind of felt blah. So I started again. I was in a little better place financially, in all honesty, so I thought I would maybe give it a better shot. I went all in and did the advanced weight loss package because I wanted to kind of try everything. And I had also made some really personal goals with myself, that I was going to stop drinking soda that exact day that I started Plexus. I was drinking probably 64 ounces of soda a day. And I say that like embarrassingly because that's a lot of soda. But there's a lot of people who drink that much soda. So anyway, I decided that day that my Plexus products came that I was stopping soda and I was starting Plexus, and I was going to stick with it for 3 months, and then I was going to reevaluate at that time. And I started with a whole slew of products. I followed the getting started guide, but if anybody was going to have any kind of detox, it was going to be me. I probably messaged Nicole at least daily, probably a couple times a day. I'm surprised I stuck with it, but she just kept encouraging me. She kept telling me ways to get over like detox symptoms, like tried to help me through it. I think my body was going through a huge shift because I was not drinking soda on top of starting all these new products. And just making drastic changes, but I stuck it out. It was probably a good 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know. Nicole probably said it seems like it took 6 months, but I don't think it was that long. Before the product started working, I knew I wanted to stay on the products, and I knew the last time I quit was because of money. And so I knew that I needed to find some people that I could also share it with. And so like, I just kind of delved all in. Like I got involved on team calls. I was a self-learner and started learning in the back office. And I just started like learning anything I could about gut health and like reading people's posts and saving their posts and coming back to them later and just expanding my knowledge on them. And then at the same time, staying consistent with my own products. I wrote them out in a planner, the times I needed to take everything, what time of day. I crossed it off. And to this day, 3.5 years later, I still cross off the box every time I take my supplements. Like it's just something I love to do. I would say maybe in 3 years, there's maybe been one day I missed any of my supplements. And like that, like just says a lot about how much my body loves them and how much they need them.
Impressive.
So I started sharing, my detox got better. I have an amazing testimony. Pretty much everything I just told you about is gone. And probably a lot more stuff is better that I just didn't even know related to gut health. I sleep great. My chronic heartburn's gone. I don't have constipation. I rarely take any pain meds. My plantar fasciitis is better. I haven't had a soda in 3.5 years. Like I could just keep going on and on and on. You kind of get the picture. I have an amazing weight loss testimony and all of that to go with it. I've shared my love of the products with tons of people. Some people come and stay on them. Some people leave and come back just like I did. And I just always relate to them because I've been in their shoes before and I know what it's like to come and go. And I just love on them and tell them like I'm here for them when the time is right for them, because I had to find the right time for me to do them and stay consistent as well. A lot of my family takes the products. My husband does. And then my youngest daughter, when we were talking about sleep, just a real quick story, and then I'll get off because I could talk for a long time. But anyway, she is 12. She suffers from ADHD. And right before they announced the introduction of sleep, we had just been to the doctor to talk about what we could get for a medication for her to help her with sleep, because she had been on my bedroom floor for gosh, I don't even know how long she'd been sleeping on my floor. She just could not self-soothe during the night. She could never get herself back to sleep, and she would not stay in her own room and or fall asleep in her own bed. And so the doctor had given me a prescription at that time, because we had tried the kids line of the microbiome and that type of stuff. We'd given a lot of things a shot. So then I went to convention. They announced the introduction of sleep. I'm like, I'm not going to start her on that medication. I'm going to try these gummies and see if they work. She had taken melatonin in the past and it hadn't really worked. She took these, I don't know, whenever it was introduced. She's taken them consistently every day since. 2 days later, she was in her own room. She has not been on our floor anymore sleeping. She does not co-sleep in bed with us anymore. She falls asleep on her own. She goes to bed on her own, and she remembers to take it every night. And so for her, it's been great to calm her brain down and just really add to it. So I know they say that the products aren't geared towards your kids, but sometimes you have to think outside the box. And like, I'm happy I took the chance on that, and that she takes a sleep gummy and that she doesn't have to use something over the counter to help her get to, or prescription to help her get to sleep. So, I think you just have to know in your heart of hearts if what you're going to put in their body. I wholeheartely believe in the products. I mean, sometimes I think about giving my dog some of the E's because he has arthritis, but like, I don't want to waste it on my dog. So I keep it for myself. But anyway, that's my testimony. I love the products. I was a quitter. I'm back. I'm still at it. I love to share.
Michelle, how much are you down in weight?
I'm consistently down like 40 pounds. I've kept 40 pounds off for over 3 years.
And I don't know if everyone can see my screen or not. I mean, hopefully it's popping up, but I am sharing Michelle's before and after, I mean, obviously this is from July 2021, but she's stayed down in her weight this whole time pretty much. So this is her before and after. She's made a lot of progress. Her hair is a little more blonde now
Yeah,
than
I need
in
to get you a new picture. Like that's a crazy before
I
and
was gonna
after.
say
But
that
yeah,
he was
give me
probably
give me
just
a new one.
I'll just put one in the chat if I can find one.
Okay, sounds good. But anyways, I love her story because this happens, you know, semi often where people get started, they have the best of intentions, but they don't take their own health journey seriously. And so that's something that I'm really going to encourage everybody on this call to do is listen, like remember why you started in the first place. So list out the reasons why you started, whether you do that on paper or in your head, however you want to do that. List out the reasons why you started in the first place. And then also imagine what it's going to feel like when you are no longer dealing with that thing or that is less of an issue for you. And not just in the sense of, I look better in my bathing suit or I fit into this dress for my son's wedding or whatever, because those are great things, but those aren't meaningful enough sometimes for you to stay true to yourself and for you to like really go after your goals and stuff. So really think like, okay, is this going to be adding years to my life? Is this going to help keep me out of the doctor's office? Is this going to help me live a substantially better quality of life like it has for so many of us? And like what Michelle was just sharing, you have to really think beyond these surfacey things because that is so hard to to make you stick to something when you're just here for like the really surfacey reasons. I just started because I wanted to lose weight and I wanted a little help with my anxiety. But when the products ended up helping me get rid of my seasonal allergies, I haven't had a soda in over 8 years. I was addicted just like Michelle was. I had a ton of inflammation and puffiness. I didn't sleep good. I cried all the time because I had anxiety and depression. I was stressy and depressy and it was bad and I couldn't control it. Um, and when you start to experience the other side of that, like, yes, I lost weight, but the more important thing was like, I wasn't chronically bloated anymore and like having those sorts of issues. Those were more meaningful to me. And those are what helped me to stick around. So just know that this can really help you. 60 to 90 days of consistency is what is recommended. I know we're getting into about a 30-minute period here, so I'm going to try to speed through the rest of this so you don't have to stay on too much longer. 60 to 90 days of consistency is what is recommended. It's not just us saying that. That's actually the recommended period of time that you would give any supplements. And honestly, if you were to go to a physician or somebody who was having you take a supplement, my physician is very much into supplementation, and she will even tell me if I'm taking something outside of what Plexus offers that I have to give it at least 90 days. So that is very standard. And that is what's actually going to give you the best gauge ultimately of what the products can do and how they can help you, because your body is taking time to heal. You're not going to heal in 30 days from stuff you've been doing to yourself for years. So just like, we all wanted it yesterday. I totally get it, but consistency and time is what it's going to take. And so please, really think through that. And 60 to 90 days is a very fair gauge. We do have a 60-day money back guarantee on all products and product combinations. So it's either really going to help you and get you to the next level of your health, or you're going to get your money back. So think of it that way instead of stressing about money that you're spending on something and you're not sure how it's working for you or what it's doing because you're so early yet. Don't stress about that. Give it the amount of time that we're asking you to give it, and then you can worry about that stuff later. Okay, last thing we're going to talk about really fast is one thing that can really help you with your consistency and sticking it out is getting an accountability partner, something that I would truly consider. If I didn't have my sister when I first started, I don't think, well, first of all, I probably wouldn't have started because she was like on me to get started, It took me a couple months, but she finally got me going.
See, she was stressy and depressy. She needed it.
I was stressy and depressed. But if I didn't have her, I probably would have quit because she talked me through some things. I have when I started, I didn't really have any detox or anything like that. And just, I put that in the chat. Not everybody detoxes. I didn't really have detox symptoms in that way. I actually had trouble going into the bathroom. Like I was going to the bathroom less after I started. So I had to figure out how to troubleshoot through that. And she helped me through that and figure that out. And had I not had her and had I not like shared that with her and told her that, I probably would have stopped because like no one wants to not go poo poo. Like it's supposed to help me go poo poo. Um, and that's the opposite problem of, most people don't even have that issue. That just happened to me. That's happened very rarely to other people. But that was my story. And then I got through it and then it was better than ever. And I've been very, very regular since then. And that's been amazing. And again, no bloating. So making sure that you are being really consistent is important, but an accountability partner might be the thing that you are missing that can help you to do that. So that's something I would consider. Who do you know in your life who struggles with some aspect of their health? It may not even be the same thing you struggle with. Maybe you have some friends that have weight management goals just like you do, but maybe you have some friends that they're always talking about how they have these horrible headaches or they can't go to the bathroom or they go to the bathroom too much. Or they really struggle with sugar cravings or they have some autoimmune issues. Whatever the case may be, there's probably something that aligns with their health goals in plexus. And so it's worth just saying, hey, you know what? I really can't identify there with you. I don't have that same issue as you, but this stuff might help you. You might want to just talk to the person that helped me and see. And if they get started, not only would you be helping a new person get started on their wellness journey and potentially helping them to get better, but you're also going to be earning some referral credit for that as well. Whether that's something that you're interested in or not, that's just how it would go. But you would earn at least about $35 just by referring one person. If you refer 3 people, you earn about $325. And if you refer 6 people, you earn about $420 in referrals and you get a walking pad. Do you know what a walking pad is? They're like an
Yeah, I
at-home
have one.
treadmill.
It's amazing. It's
I have
amazing.
one too, and it's awesome. And if you refer 6 people this month, you with just like even the most basic system that we have, or just like the most basic thing, like the triplex or whatever products align with them, you would get a walking pad and $420. That's pretty amazing. I love my walking pad because there's so many times where it's raining, it's cold, it's windy. Like my little guy's taking a nap or something, and I don't really want to leave the house while a 4-year-old's taking a nap. I can just come down on my walking pad or early in the morning when it's still dark out. I can get on my walking pad. It's such a great way to get some steps in and get some extra movement in. So definitely something to consider.
I would totally take 2 as well and have it on a different floor in my house, so I could,
That's
yeah.
what my husband and I were talking about. What would we do with the second one? I was like, put it in our bedroom. I don't know, like just good to have another one. Because I'm not going to lug this one upstairs. Um, so a walking pad is the extra incentive this month. Also, if you enrolled in March and you were on this call or you were watching the replay of this call, if you enrolled someone in March, you got a code emailed to you. And if you couldn't find it or you haven't looked at your emails yet, go find it. Plexus emailed you a code that you can share with a friend that will give them a free reset. Like if you got a free reset, you can give 1 free reset to a friend this month. So that's one thing. You want to use those codes and get a friend started with a pack of their choice or a pack that's going to align with their goals and a free reset. Also, there is a code that is give16, all caps, 16, one code. You can give $16 off to as many people as you like. So really easy, simple way to get people, started on their goals for a lesser cost and, either get your products paid for, earn some extra referral bonuses, or even just help people. Because if you're more interested in that, that's cool too.
And Thursday night, a really great way to share Plexus with people. Thursday night, we are having a gut health event at 8 p.m. Central Time, and it's going to be right in like the messenger, like a chat. So like if you wanted to, you could invite them to come learn more to see if it's for them. It's just going to be strictly informational. If they say you want to ask them first and make sure they say yes. And then you can invite them to it. They can come learn, see if it's for them. And if it is, make sure to reach out to your sponsor, make sure that you're getting them on the right system for them. But you can get them join, you can have them join you and get your walking pad, or if you get 3 people, you'll make $300, 310. Is that right, Nat?
Mhm. And so the referral bonuses are optional, like that's not something you have to do, but we would really encourage you to just find one person that you could help use the one code that Plexus sent to you. Because otherwise they just go to waste and there's somebody out there that needs what you have already found. So